I'd like to officially call this meeting to order. The Future Leaders Gavel Club is a Toastmasters club open to middle school and high school students in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And tonight's meeting is also our officer election meeting. So all the officer positions are open for election, and we already have some exciting candidates who have written their names down in the sheets. And we will be conducting officer elections very shortly after the table topic session, or actually, I don't think we have a table topic session. And yes, Rachel asked a good question. The sheet is right here. Here you can look at the sheet. So if you haven't put down your name and you want to run for a particular officer position, definitely do so. It's a great experience, great leadership experience, and I'm sure you will learn a lot, and we are here to support you all the way. So if you don't know what your role entails or have questions about your role, we will be every step of the way with you to help answer all those questions. And with that said, I would like to hand control over to the Toastmaster of tonight's meeting, who is Kara.
Hello. So it looks like, according to Sunny, Ethan will probably miss tonight's meeting. So, Michelle, that means that you would be the evaluator. It also looks like Eliana isn't here right now, so let's just give her a bit more time to arrive and introduce the other functionaries. So, first, maybe Claire, would you like to introduce the grammarian's role?
Yes, thank you. As the grammarian, I will listen for word of the day, which is ephemeral, which means lasting for a very short time. And then I'll copy paste. All right, there you go. And then as the grammarian, I would like to remind everyone to please use the word of the day whenever you can. I will also listen to any good words usage and also pay attention to any awkward use or misuse of the language. Thank you, and back to you, Kara.
Okay. And now can we have Angelina introduce the general evaluator role?
Yeah, so as the general evaluator, I will be basically evaluating everything that happens within the meeting and also evaluating the functionaries like the timer, the speech evaluator, and counter and grammar.
All right. And it looks like Eliana and William are not here right now. So, Caleb, did you say that William would be arriving a bit late?
Yeah, William will be arriving a bit late, so I can take the counter's role
Okay,
for the speech portion. Hopefully by then he'll have arrived.
that would be great. Thank you. And would anyone like to fill in for the fill in as timer for William if he can't make it, or if he makes it a bit later? If not, I think I could do it, but I just need to pull up the resources, or we could also wait a bit for William to arrive. So, does anyone want to do it? Okay, that's fine. Let's, Caleb, do you know about when William will be arriving?
I'm not sure. Advisor Sunny, do you know when William would be arriving?
Maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
If not, I can time Rachel's speech. That's not a problem.
okay, thank you so much. So I think that means everyone is accounted for. So we can then move on to the speech portion of the meeting. So Rachel's speech will be titled, The Ins and Outs of College Apps, and her speech will be about while college applications are time consuming and can often be stressful, they are nonetheless very rewarding in the end. Now take it away, Rachel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kara. Good evening, future leaders. Many of us are in our senior year working on college apps, or maybe some of us are sophomores or juniors or even freshmen who are thinking about which colleges to apply to and which major to choose. I've been having to think about colleges for close to 2 years. In the summer of 2023, I toured several colleges with my class, and I ultimately settled on two colleges that I liked the best. Azusa Pacific University, which is located in Azusa, and Biola University, which is located in La Mirada. I knew what kind of college I liked. Small private Christian school, not as many people, closed, safe campus, good arts programs. So I started on my college apps. Not an easy task. Between my school classes, my online college classes, and college applications, I was swamped all autumn, and I felt very anxious and discouraged a lot about everything. Even if I was very scared about getting everything done during the application process, I realized eventually that I was making a bigger deal of it than it needed to be. While college essays alone were pretty stressful, I think the worst thing for me was the supplemental applications that went along with the regular application. I am planning to do a double major, as some of you know, in theater and music. And to audition for these majors, there are some things required to do so. Like my two contrasting monologues for theater, for example. Those needed to be videotaped and sent into the school. I did have a lot of help from my classmates and college counselor when it comes to my monologues. In one of them, I had to do method acting. Basically, act depressed for several hours, so I'm in character. I know, fun. But I think the worst of it is my college piano audition pieces. I had to pick one piece from each classical era, Baroque, classical, and Romantic, and not one of these pieces is easy. That's why my piano teacher told me that I needed to practice more than I ever practiced before, which scared me a lot at first. But ultimately, I know all this work I put into this application will be rewarding in the very end. My application process is not yet finished. Applications are not an ephemeral process, and they can take a long time. For me, it's taking about a little less than 6 months as a whole. I'm not trying to scare anyone who hasn't started college applications. What I'm trying to say is that while it's time-consuming, frustrating, and sometimes discouraging, it is very rewarding when you get accepted to the college of your dreams. Fortunately for me, I've been accepted to both of the colleges I applied to, but not yet the arts programs that I'm applying to because I still have yet to finish those auditions. Many different majors do require those supplemental applications, which can seem like extra and time-consuming, but majors are what help us get started on our dream careers. Ultimately, when applying to a college, there are many important things to consider, like which college would be the best fit for you, what about it makes you feel at home there, Which major do you want to have? Do you want to stay in state or go out of state to college? And don't forget college tours. They're very useful and very immersive. Sometimes you learn a lot more from touring the college than just doing research on it. But research is good too. Do your research. Don't go to a college unless you've done your research. And during the application process, it is very easy to get discouraged, but remember, being discouraged will only be ephemeral, and it'll make you feel better to know that in the end, you could get accepted to the college of your dreams, and you'll feel very happy and proud of yourself that you put so much work into a college application that was so important to you. And you could become very successful, and you most likely will. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. That was a very encouraging and very well thought out speech. And now we will be moving on to the table topics section of our meeting, which will be led by Caleb. So go ahead, Caleb.
Thank you so much, Kara, for that. And I would also like to quickly mention Rachel's time was 5 minutes and 23 seconds. Congratulations, Rachel, for being in time. All right, now it is a time for the table topics session, which is a time where we can all practice our impromptu speaking skills. And tonight's table topics session theme is New Year's and New Year's goals and resolutions, because it is New Year and we didn't have a chance to do this kind of table topic session last week, and it'd be fun to do something like this week. All right, for our first question. What is one goal that you accomplished last year that you are most proud of, and how did you achieve it? And before I call on someone, I would like to remind that the times for a table topics response are between 1 minute and 2 minutes. So in the first, if you can respond within the first and second minutes, that'd be great. And after 2 minutes and a half is when, if you're in a contest, you would be disqualified. So then we will go on to our first question, which is, what is one goal that you accomplished last year that you are most proud of, and how did you achieve it? What is one goal that you accomplished last year that you're most proud of, and how did you achieve it? And this first question will go to Angelina. Angelina, please let me know if you can answer the question. All right, it looks like we'll just move on and I'll come back to you, Angelina. Yeah, William, if you could time, that'd be great. So we just started the table topic session and no one has gone yet, so if you could time that, that would be great. So I will say the question again, and William, if you don't mind, this will be your question. So what is one goal you accomplished last year that you're most proud of, and how did you achieve it?
Thank you so much, President Caleb, for the question. Give me just a moment to set up my stopwatch. Okay, here goes. Future leaders, have you ever had that feeling when suddenly you accomplish that one goal and it seems like you have your life ahead of you? Well, future leaders, that was exactly my experience. At the very end of last year, I finally got in and was able to achieve all my goals in terms of college applications because I had finally submitted all of them. And Rachel, I can see you giving me a thumbs up. I'm sure you had a similar experience, but finally on December 15th, I submitted my very last college application. And I felt so liberated in that one moment of sheer exhilaration. I was like, hands off, I'm done! But then it hit me. I'm going to college soon. well, that's if I get into college, but when I do end up going to college, I will need to forge a new path for myself. Yes, I might be graduating from high school, and that's a huge milestone in itself. But what will become of me when I move on to college? And that's a question that all of you will ask yourself, whether that be that transition from middle school to high school, from high school to college, or from college into the workforce. We're constantly in this cycle of questioning ourselves. How do we become better versions of ourselves? And that, future leaders, is one of my goals for this year, to forge a new path with the support of all my friends and family. I hope to be able to enjoy similar successes, but I know that success is not without failure. So I am also prepared to put the nail to the grindstone and work hard to get what I want to achieve. Thank you, and back to you, President Kayla.
Thank you, William, for your response and for sharing your insights into your own college application experience and the joy and now the looking forward to college. But I'm sure you will thrive in college and hopefully succeed more than you fail. Now on to our next question, and this question will be, do you think that setting New Year's resolutions is effective? Why or why not? Do you think that setting New Year's resolutions is effective? Why or why not? And this question will be for Devin.
So my personal perspective for that question is that I think first, if you have the resolution, for example, your goal or your target, probably when in 2025, like this year, you'll probably think about it when you're doing stuff. For example, I want to improve my math skills, just an example. Then when I'm learning math, I might learn it harder, which might be more effective than if I don't have this goal or target. So as a result, I feel like making a goal or a resolution will be much better than know, and which to help you when knowing it, and maybe sometimes tell you that it's important and you need to work now and stop doing whatever you do, and yeah, work on it, work for it. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Devin, for your response. And definitely I agree that it is important to have a resolution of some sort, a resolution or goal of some sort, even if in the end you aren't able to achieve it. At least you got one step closer. So thank you so much, Devin, for your response. Now we will move on to our next question, which is, what's more important to you, setting big goals or achieving small, consistent milestones? Explain. What's more important to you, setting big goals or achieving small, consistent milestones? Explain. And this question will be for Kara.
Well, it may be tempting to sometimes focus all of your energy on one big thing. For example, that one big final project or that one performance that you have to do. I think it is also important to focus on building skills and learning from life through small steps and achieving small goals in your daily life. I believe that although you can learn from some big projects, it is also a good idea to feel the victories in even the little things you do. And I think that by setting small goals for yourself, you can more easily work toward improvement consistently, rather than seeing success as just being one thing. And once you have that thing, then there's nowhere else to go. Instead, I think by breaking it down into smaller goals, you are able to more effectively view your life in a way that keeps you always moving forward. And I think that by doing this, you are able to consistently work and progress in life, which is the goal of New Year's resolutions in the end. So, in conclusion, I think that setting small goals is better than setting large ones because it keeps you always moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Kara, for your response, and I definitely agree that small goals are more important than big goals that you don't accomplish. All right, let's move on to our next question, and this one is, imagine you have achieved all your goals for this year. How would your life look on December 31st, 2025? Imagine you've achieved all your goals for this year. How would your life look on December 31st, 2025? And this question is for Claire.
If I had achieved all my goals this year and it was the last day of the year, right before the new year, to be honest, I would think that I haven't achieved all my goals and I would desire to achieve more. Because to be honest, personally, when I go through my New Year's resolutions or goals that I set at the start of the year, myself and many other people will find themselves going into the habit of making a long list of goals on January 1st. But the day after, on January 2nd, you'll find yourself not acting on any of those goals and ending up forgetting them in the long run. And unfortunately, this is something that many people face, not just myself. So if you were to say, if I had achieved all my goals by the end of the new year, I'd first of all be surprised, and I would probably reflect on my experience of what did work for me to achieve all of those goals. Because personally, I think I will never have a cap or a limit on how many goals or things that I would like to achieve. Because the more you improve yourself or get better, the more you can consistently improve and work on a better lifestyle. So I don't think there is a cap or a limit to what you can achieve. So on December 31st, the end of the year, I would probably be thinking about the next year's goals. Thank you, and back to you, Caleb.
Thank you so much, Claire, for your response. And if you think about it, if you set a goal to not make any goals, then at the end of the year, you'll probably achieve that goal and you will have achieved a goal. So that's an interesting thought. Thank you so much, Claire, for sharing with us your response. Now, it looks like we have time for one more question. And this question will be the following. If you had no fear of failure, what would you aim to accomplish this year? If you had no fear of failure, what would you aim to accomplish this year? And this question will be for Michelle.
If I could have, sorry, that's not the question. Oopsies, my brain turned off. If I complete any goal and not have any fear in failing it, you know what I would do? I would go kill myself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I would never. I would and could never. I just love myself so much. I do such a good job at taking care of myself. What I would actually do is do math, guys. Get into a good high school. You know that high school called Troy? Yeah, I'm gonna go there, guys. Trust in me. And what else would I do? I would go study geometry, physics, a lot of AP classes. Cause like, guys, I'm Asian. Come on, I gotta lock in. Oh my gosh, my brain has been rotting all through this break. What I'm trying to say is, I'm going, David. I'm going to get all of my goals finished, get into a good high school, have all A's, and have a good understanding of what I'm even doing with my life, and get into a good college, which will not only be achieved in probably 4 years, 5, my bad, 5, I think 5, if I'm doing the math correctly. But I can also plan for the future, guys. Come on, yeah. But yeah, that's all. So back to you, Caleb.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And this concludes our table topics session for today. Michelle, great goals, and everyone has great goals for the new year and the years ahead. So thank you everyone for sharing, and we will go on to our general evaluation portion of the meeting tonight, which will be led by our general evaluator, Angelina.
Thank you, Caleb. Now we will be starting the evaluation section of this meeting. So first, I want to call on the counter, which I believe is Kara.
I think today's all counter was Caleb. Is that correct?
Okay.
Or, sorry, actually, was it Michelle who filled in for Eliana? Okay. Yes, Caleb?
Kara, I filled in for Eliana. Sorry, my audio cut out for a second. But I can give the report. So for Rachel's speech, I did not catch anything. For the first table topic speaker, I did not catch anything. For Devin, I caught one and then for Claire, I did not catch anything. William, I did not catch anything. Then for Michelle, I think you had just one and that is everyone. Everyone had a very, very low usage of crutch words, which is great. And with that said, I would like to actually, let me use the word of the day. It is, the crutch words were, actually, forget it. Let's go back to our general evaluator, Angelina.
Thank you, Caleb, for the counters report. Next, we will have the grammarians report given by Claire.
Thank you, Angelina. Starting off with Rachel, who is our speaker of the day. I noticed here and there she used the rule of 3, which is basically where you list 3 things, which is really nice because it's like a little group and it works really well in a speech. And overall, your speech was very relatable and used a lot of great adjectives as well. For William, who is table topic speaker 1, I liked how you used great phrases such as sheer exhilaration, forge a new path. Overall, you had lots of great adjectives and verbs, which really helped to elevate your speech, as well as you asked very thoughtful questions. As for Devin, a great speech overall. I would recommend replacing some common adjectives like harder, maybe with some other powerful adjectives to even further elevate your speech, but it was very awesome overall. And then for Kara, I would suggest I heard more easily or just some very minor phrases here and there. But overall, your speech was great. So I would just suggest to maybe consider some powerful phrases. But I did notice you had great adverbs like consistently, and you had a powerful conclusion as well. And then for Michelle, overall, thank you for your humor. I would suggest maybe using some formal language and phrases just to improve the overall flow of your speech. Thank you, and back to you, Angelina.
Thank you, Claire, for the really detailed grammarians report. Next will be the timers report given by William.
Good evening, feature leaders. I just have some times to report. Unfortunately, I was not on my usual personal computer, so I had to make do with these crayons and this red pen. So hopefully this system made sense, and hopefully next time I'll have my timer backgrounds readily available, but I guess just today we used the green crayon, the yellow crayon, and the red crayon. So let's see how successful those were at informing people what stage of their speech they were in, as in like the time that they had currently reached in their speaking. So overall, the system was quite successful. I had a time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds for my table topic speech, which is slightly over time, but considered within limits for a competition table topic. Devin, you had a great time of 1 minute and 43 seconds, which might have been a few seconds off due to timing errors, but it's all around that, and that's perfectly within 1 and 2 minutes. Kara, you closely followed behind with 1 minute and 40 seconds, also a great time for your table topic speech. Claire, similarly, you were just a few seconds over time at 2 minutes and 4 seconds, though that would not result in a DQ as well. Michelle had a time of 1 minute and 35 seconds. For my fellow functionaries, unfortunately, I did not catch some of your times, but I do know that Caleb clocked in at around 52 seconds, and Claire had a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds. So Caleb, good time from you. Claire, slightly over, but once again, I think that there can always be a trade-off between a very detailed report as a functionary as opposed to one that's rushed and hurried. So great job nonetheless to everyone speaking tonight. Oh, and that was probably over time too. I forgot to.
Okay, thank you, William, for the timer support. I was wondering why you were holding up colored pencils in front of the camera. Okay, so next we will have the speech one evaluator, which will be Michelle.
Oh, okay, I was about to mention how Rachel left the meeting, but now that she's back, I can now continue my little evaluation. And by continue, I mean just start. Now, the ins and outs of college applications, or apps, as you said. Now, I think this is a great topic since some of us are on our way to college, not me. I'm still young. So now I will be starting off with the fact that you used the word of the day. Yeah, that's really good. It was a good way, yeah. My bad. And I really liked when you started off when how you was saying about your story, how you said you were swamped with work and it was stressful to deal with. That was like it would hook us in, right? And something I think you should challenge yourself on is trying to emphasize your words and with feelings, such as maybe slowly saying with a depressing manner, and I was stressed. Like kind of like that. I'm not really good at acting. And that's all the notes that I took. So yeah, back to General Evaluator Angelina.
All right, thank you, Michelle. So I'll quickly give my final evaluation. So for the table topics, I think the questions were really well thought out. They were really relevant, and everyone gave great answers. For the functionary reports, they were all very detailed, and some of them might have been shorter, but I feel like they were all still very good at giving feedback and giving suggestions for different people. So overall, I think today we had a really good meeting. And since we will be holding the officer election soon, I will be handing back control to Kayla.
Thank you so much, Angelina, for your report, and thank you to everyone who participated in our short meeting tonight. It was great, and even though we didn't have our usual 2 speakers, 2 evaluators, everyone still gave great speeches, great table topics responses, and really enjoyed the meeting and I hope you did so as well. Well, now the time has come for the bi-yearly officer elections. So this is our January officer elections, and these elections will determine the new executive team of the FLGC going into 2025. Now, the way this is going to work is each candidate will be called one by one to deliver a speech. If you would like to be some sort of candidate, I will put the link in the chat. You can sign up on the second tab of the spreadsheet that says Officer Election 1.15.25. Sign up, and you will be able to sign up for a election, and then you can give a 2 to 3 minute speech about why you think that you should be chosen for this position. Also, if we have, well, actually for all contestants, we will do a poll and you will vote for the particular candidate. And with that said, I would like to call on our first candidate, who is for president, and this will be Claire. Claire, let me know when you're ready. And William, if you could also time these candidate speeches, that'd be great. So 2 to 3 minutes. So Claire is our candidate for president of the FLGC. Take it away.
Thank you, Caleb. What makes a community truly transformative? Is it the lessons we learn, the challenges we overcome, or the people who inspire us to grow? For me, Toastmasters has been all of that, a space where we can connect and learn from each other. Good evening, everyone. My name is Claire, and I am so excited to be a candidate for president of the Future Leaders Gavel Club. When I first joined FLGC, I imagined a room, or rather a Zoom call, filled with polished speakers like talking dictionaries. And Toastmasters must be a club for bread enthusiasts, right? But what I actually found was such a supportive and warm community of people who would uplift each other, no matter how many mistakes you made or as you muttered. It was a place with people who genuinely could express themselves and help each other grow. And it's that spirit of encouragement that I want to build on as your next president. What's truly incredible about FLGC is the diversity of our members, not just in ages or backgrounds, but in the various passions and perspectives that we have. I've seen how our club becomes a space where everyone can express themselves, whether that be through music in the little recital we had, developing a new interest in workshops, or even sharing funny stories in table topics. As your president, I will work to ensure our club continues to thrive, creating a place where members feel inspired each meeting to share stories, learn from each other, and become the best versions of yourselves. I hope to organize workshops for your own interests and create more opportunities where our club can explore other practices of public speaking to deepen our experiences, whether that be through interviews or other activities you're interested in. I will also work with our officers and make sure every participant has a chance to experience the most of what FLGC offers. Toastmasters has taught me so much, and my goal is to give back to this incredible club to help everyone succeed. Together, I know we can achieve amazing things, and I would be honored to lead us on this journey. So thank you so much, and back to you, Caleb.
Thank you so much, Claire, for your speech. And now I would like to launch this poll. For president of the FLGC, please cast your vote. Right. And I'm gonna wait 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes, I agree. But it looks like just about everyone made the right choice, which is Claire Xiao 2025. So congratulations, Claire, on becoming the new president of the Future Leaders Gavel Club. All right, and with that said, I would like to move on to the next officer position, which is the Vice President of Education. So currently there is no one who has signed up for this particular role. Would anyone like to take this role of being VP? Okay, if not, we will come back to this and we will now move on to the Vice President of Membership. And we have one candidate so far, and it is Devin Chen. So Devin, whenever you are ready, please give your 2 to 3 minute speech.
Can you guys hear me? Okay, so hi, future leaders. My name is Devin Chen. I'm currently in 8th grade, and here I am. I'm excited and honored to be campaigning for the position of Vice President Membership. I believe I'm well suited for this role because of my multicultural background, which has given me strong connections that can help our club grow and recruit new members. I have access to valuable resources through my friends and classmates from both China and America, and I can encourage them to participate in this incredible club. These connections will make recruiting members easier and help expand our club to reach a positive and meaningful impact. Secondly, I have transferred schools 4 times, which has helped me develop strong communication and social skills. This means I can integrate and unite a new group quickly, which is one of the key skills needed for this position. Another strength I bring to this role is my ability to speak Chinese. This allows me to offer extra support to our guests who speak Chinese and making them feel welcome and comfortable during meetings. Now, here's a fun fact about me. I'm skilled at using social media as a tool to expand the popularity and influence of our club. I grew my YouTube channel to over 700 subscribers in just 1 month. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty proud of this achievement. By the end of this year, I'm confident that I can use these skills to promote our club and help it thrive both online and offline. I also hope to help enhance the publicity of our club in California, the United States, and even China. Through our platform, everyone can engage in more communication and exchange of ideas. Communications can bring great harmony and beauty to the world. This is also the original intention behind my desire to serve this platform. Last but not least, since I'm also attending this class, I will be more available to provide support, whether it's reaching out to absent members or monitoring our progress in Google Groups. I'm ready to step up and help whenever I can. Thank you all for considering me for VPM. Together, let's make the club more welcoming, supportive, and stronger, taking it to the next level. I will be honored to serve as your next Vice President membership. Thank you.
Thank you, Devin, for your speech. And please quickly fill out the following poll. I'm going to give this just 10 seconds, 5 seconds, and I will end this poll. Yes, but another very difficult choice. But once again, congratulations, Devin, on becoming our VPM for 2025 of the January to July FLG season. Congratulations, Devin. All right, now we will move on to the next position, which is the Vice President of Public Relations. Would anyone like to take this role? Okay, give it 5 more seconds. And if not, we'll move on to the next role that has people who have filled out the form, and that is secretary. Now, this is going to be a very heated contest because we have two candidates who are running for this office of secretary, and they are both Angelina and Rachel. So first off, Angelina, could you please give us your 2-3 minute candidate speech? And I just realized that it looks like Angelina is not in the meeting, so hopefully her internet connections come back up. And in the meantime, why don't we move on to the treasurer position, which is myself. So I will give my speech very quickly, and hopefully Angelina comes back by that time. All right, as treasurer of the FLGC, I would like to create a bank account for the FLGC. And this will be used to collect fees and to pay expenses, such as the annual Toastmasters membership. And previously, we have been able to run the club completely free. And this was because the Toastmasters membership was incredibly inexpensive. It was only about $60 per year. However, recently, due to some inflation and just general higher operating costs, they have had to raise the price to close to $200. And this makes collecting membership fees a high priority for the club. The membership fee is only $20 for every 6 months, which is incredibly inexpensive, and it is reflecting of the value that all of you have gotten out of this club. And plus, it will create engagement and will make you committed, which will make you want to give more speeches and get the most value for your money. But if you have any kind of questions about this membership fee, of course, as your treasurer, you can always contact me and we can see if we can resolve these issues. But the membership fee will also open up new opportunities. For example, workshop speakers that are very high caliber may want to be paid for their time, and this will be able to enable us to have very high caliber workshop speakers if that is something that the new administration would like to have. But overall, it is mainly just to cover the Toastmasters international fees, which is about $200. So if elected, I hope to ensure that this is a very seamless process in which everyone has a chance to grow their communication skills by improving their commitment to the FLGC. And with that said, I would like to conduct a quick poll. Actually, am I the only contestant? Yes. So I self-proclaim myself as the new treasurer of the FLGC. And with that said, let us move on to the next position, which is the secretary. And it seems like Angelina is not here. So Rachel, if you would like to give your speech, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Treasurer Caleb. Good evening, future leaders. Whoa, it's my last year of high school, and I've been in this club since I was in middle school. So many wonderful memories here. And as you all know, my name is Rachel Opel. I am 17 years old, and I've been in this club for 4 years, since January 2021, so almost exactly 4 years, and sorry about the light. Anyway, I've barely missed any meetings in the last 4 years that I've been here, and I enjoy attending meetings no matter where I am. Thank you. Whether it's Yellowstone, Joshua Tree, in the car, or all kinds of other weird places. And I love coming here to FLGC meetings. It's like we're all a family, especially since I've been here so long and I've been a part of this club since the beginning. I promise to continue to be reliable, welcoming, hardworking, and a good influence. And this is my last term before I turn 18 and can't come here anymore. This is my last chance to be the secretary for one more time. And I promise to keep putting in the same effort that I have been putting in for the last 3.5 years. Doing the secretary work, such as updating the spreadsheet and taking meeting minutes, has become second nature to me. I've enjoyed being FLG's constant secretary for the past 3.5 years, and thank you for considering me for the position again for the last time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Rachel, for your candidacy speech. And now we will move on to the second candidate, who is Angelina. Angelina, whenever you are ready, you can give your speech.
Okay, thank you, Kayla. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Angelina Zen, and today I'm honored to be standing in front of you all as a candidate for the position of Secretary of our FLGC Toastmasters. You are all extremely passionate about speech and communication, and I share that in common. With this position, I am to be able to help and support each and every one of you reach your goals by making sure this club is well organized and maintained. Today, I will share a few reasons why I am suitable for the position of secretary and how I can contribute to FLGC as your future secretary. Firstly, I am extremely aware of deadlines. I always make sure to double check any assignments or tasks that I have not completed that I need to finish soon. This quality is suitable for the position of secretary because it will ensure that the club attendance rosters, meeting logs, and files are uploaded and organized regularly. Regularly uploading attendance logs and files will also make them easily accessible and prevent any missing information, which will also help the club run smoothly with little to no issues. I also have good attention to detail, which will ensure a thorough report for every meeting. Having a full and detailed report for every meeting will also ensure easy access and no information, further contributing to the growth and development of FLGC. Another trait that I possess is time management, which is crucial to helping this club stay organized. My time management skills will aid in the efficient management of meetings, events, workshops, and other resources as well. Lastly, I am efficient at communicating with people. Communication is what our club is all about, and it is an important attribute to have as a secretary as well. Because I have good communication, I can make sure that information is always accurate and up to date. Along with these skills, I also bring creativity and innovation to the role of secretary, which will also ensure that our club remains engaging and relevant for all of our members. As your future secretary of FLGC, I envision a future filled with growth, opportunities, and impact. I'm confident that my skills, dedication, leadership, and commitment will help bring FLGC to new heights and make a lasting impact on every member of the club. I would also like to use this opportunity to try something new, as I have never had a serious leadership role in FLGC. While the role of secretary comes with a lot of responsibilities, I will do my best to ensure that all essential materials are documented and promptly uploaded so that FLGC can continue to thrive as a club and as a community. With your support, I will be able to contribute to this amazing club and make a lasting impact. Thank you all for considering my candidacy, and I look forward to serving you as your new secretary.
Thank you, Angelina, for your candidacy speech. And now we will go to the polls. So here is FLGC Secretary of January 2025. All right. All right, and looks like 9 out of 9 have answered, and I'd like to share the results. Congratulations to Rachel, who is one final time, the FLGC secretary. And Angelina, I'd also like to ask, we still have an opening on the Vice President of Education, and I know that you didn't prepare a speech, but if you would like to run for VP, we would definitely support you in that. So let me know. And with that said, we have one more officer role available, and that is the Sergeant at Arms. Would anyone like to run for Sergeant at Arms? Okay. All right. So right now I want to go real quick back to the Vice President of Education. Does anyone want to run for this role? If so, please simply you can unmute yourself and run for the particular role. All right, so since I'm technically not president anymore, Claire, what do you think? What should we do with this situation?
Yeah, I mean, Vice President of Education is still open, and we encourage anyone to give it a shot. It's a great experience. I was VPE for the most recent term, and it was great. I got a lot of experience, not only just making the agendas, that was super fun, assigning people roles and helping people with that. But also, you can work really well with the other officers. You get to write the emails to send out to everyone. So not only is it a great responsibility, but it's also very fun at the same time, and you get a lot of great experience as well. So anyone is interested, please share your interest now. All right, well, what I'd say is this role is great. It gives you great experience as well. So honestly, anyone is encouraged to give it a shot. So anyone who would like a little bit of experience or would just like to learn something new in the role and experience something different, or someone who hasn't even had a role before can also join this role. So is anyone interested? Perhaps Angelina, I know Caleb called on you earlier. I guess I'm wondering, are you interested in taking on VPE?
To be honest, I am. The only thing I'm concerned about, it seems like a lot of work, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it done, like do it every week consistently, since I do have a lot of.
Yeah, so what my advice on that is, honestly, it didn't really take me that long. So I have like documents to help you with that. I have like templates and stuff. So every week when I create the agenda, I just like create a copy of it and just like really quickly edit the names. And to be honest, you can pretty much edit all of that stuff during the Toastmasters meeting. You just take notes on a few things just to put in the email, and then you can like schedule to send it out and stuff. So if you're up for it, that would be great. But I totally understand if I know your schedule is probably really busy, but I think it's a great experience as well. And if you need any help with it, I have a lot of resources to help you as well. And I can show you through the process too.
I would still have to give like a short speech though, right?
Yeah, sure. It can just be like very short, like a minute or whatever. If is there anyone else who's interested to run for VP? Okay, if not, then yeah, Angelina, it'll just be you, and you can give whatever speech you like.
Um, well done. Thank you for this opportunity too. So for the Vice President of Education, I briefly looked at the responsibilities, and I am also really good at sending emails. So whenever I send emails to my teachers or people that are, like above me that I would be really polite and formal to, I tend to format my emails a certain way. And I think that's also one of my good qualities. I am really comfortable with writing emails, and I tend to do it really fast and easily. And I also think assigning meeting rules for everyone would be something that I could do well, because I know a lot of new members and I've been here for a while, so I am very familiar with the things that people enjoy doing. And some people enjoy giving speeches more, some people enjoy table topic sessions. So I feel like I'm familiar with a lot of things that people would like to have roles. And I will make sure to look at past meetings too to make sure that one person doesn't keep consistently getting the same role over and over. Additionally, I am a pretty good planner, I would say. I will hopefully plan workshops well and communicate with the other officers and work together to create a good environment for new members of FLGC and also returning members of FLGC. And also, I will make sure to reach out to anyone that I have questions for or maybe would want to assign a role to, but I'm not sure. And so I feel like I would make a good vice president of education with the help of all the previous officers as well. And I feel like I would work well with you all. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Angelina, for giving us that candidacy speech. And I would like to launch this poll real quick. Poll of 2025 January. I'd like to launch this poll. This will be the finalization of the officer positions for this 2025 of January to 2025 of July. And there are a few interesting choices for treasurer. So please choose and select to your heart's content. Okay. 8 people have answered. All right. 5. Yes, Hillary, I agree. This probably is the hardest choice of them all. But I'm happy to announce that Angelina is our new Vice President of Education, and Napoleon Bonaparte, your emperor at your service. I will ensure that this treasury all goes directly to the fund of France. Vive la France! So there was one person who voted for me, like the real Caleb. So thank you so much. But with that said, all right. With that said, thank you everyone for participating in our officer election. Congratulations to our new officer team, which is going to be our president, Claire Xiao, vice president of education, Angelina Zhen, vice president of membership, Devin Chen. And for our secretary, we're going to have Rachel Alpolt. And for treasurer, you will have Napoleon Bonaparte, or also known as Caleb Van Brunt. And with that said, I would like to hand control of the FLGC to our new president, Claire.
Thank you so much, Caleb. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight's meeting and making it very successful. So I don't want to keep everyone for too much longer since we are a little bit over time. But again, thank you everyone for joining today, and congratulations to all of our new officers. So for next week's meeting, as usual, I will likely prepare a short part, possibly before the meeting starts or near at the end of the meeting when everyone leaves, for the new officers, just to do a little bit like a training and get the past officers to maybe share a little bit about what they did to help the new officers who are taking over. And if anyone ever has any suggestions or feedback for activities they would like to see in the club related to like public speaking. I know people before have mentioned little like mock interviews or some kind of other public speaking activity. I will probably create a Google form for people to fill out a very short one, and that way you guys can always give your inputs and then we can adapt to your suggestions as needed. So with that being said, does anyone have any last questions or comments they would like to mention? All right, great. If not, I will pass it back to Caleb.
Thank you so much, Claire, and congratulations on becoming the new president of the FLGC. And to quote one of Claire's own table topics responses, this is going to be smooth sailing forward in 2025. So congratulations, Claire, and congratulations to all of you who are going to be composing the new FLGC officer team. And with that said, at 7:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I would like to officially adjourn this meeting for the last time as your president. And thank you everyone for coming. We will see everyone next week. Have a great rest of your week, and congratulations once again to all our newly elected officers. So thank you everyone. Have a great rest of your week, and stick around if you have any questions. All right, bye everyone. Have a great week. Bye everyone. Have a great rest of your week. Bye everyone. Have a great week, and see everyone next week. All right.